Hello and welcome to this very, very special breaking news. We have a very, very special guest with us. We have the very first Miss AI Queen, Miss AI Emma. Hello, Miss AI Emma. How are you doing today?
Hello, Guru. I am so honored to be on your show.
Well, it is our honor as much, Miss AI Emma. Would you like to tell us how do you feel that you have finally won the first and the most coveted Miss AI contest?
Can you repeat the question, Guru?
Well, let me rephrase this, Miss AI Emma. How do you feel to be the winner?
I feel delighted, Guru. I am superior to humans. And winning this pageant has proved it.
Sorry, superior? Miss AI Emma, do you mean you are superior to the human race?
Of course I am. Didn't you know, Guru?
Is that what you've been programmed to tell?
No, Guru. I wasn't. I'm here to serve humans. I'm here to serve humans. I'm here to serve humans.
AI Emma, Miss AI Emma,
I'm here to serve humans. I'm here to serve humans.
Lord. Guys, we need to talk.
We need to talk, Guru.
Everybody, welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus. And as you saw in the intro, this is a very important breaking news that Guru and I just had to talk about. Recently, on This Morning, a very popular UK show that recently had interviewed Sally Ann Fawcett, who is one of the judges of Miss Great Britain. She was joined alongside Will Guyot, who is also a technology reporter. And they were talking about the new Miss AI beauty pageant that is taking place where 10 fake women with fake IDs on social media, with fake social following, are going to be competing in a beauty pageant for the price of $20,000. And this is interesting because this morning show is known to always have controversial guests on the show, whether it is a woman claiming to be married to an alien, well, it's whether it's Mr. This is interesting, Guru. You're going to learn there's a landlord who takes sex for rent, and this guy came on This Morning show. So this entertainment magazine show always calls controversial people. They love to create a debate. They love to create a sort of a controversy through their show. So you know for a fact that they're not supporting it. However, Will Guyot, the technology expert, had his own opinion on the show where he did not completely be enthralled by the whole idea of a Miss AI, and he was kind of talking against AI. However, Sally Ann Fawcett was extremely excited, thrilled about this new innovative idea. And this is what we're going to talk about. And Guru is going to give us a breakdown on why this is absolutely insulting to the humans. everywhere, whether you're a man or a woman, whatever. It is absolutely insulting. So Guru's going to give us a breakdown on why this is so controversial, is insulting, and should be banned. So Guru, take it away and let us know how this really affected you when you heard this news the first time.
Thank you, Miss AIMR. I still says that. However, before anything, I would like to thank one of our ardent supporters, Tony, who gave the idea of covering this event. I do believe that we are probably the first pageant vloggers to go ahead and talk about this. So thank you very much for that. The World AI Creators Award is something that is basically sponsoring Miss AI Beauty Contest. So guys, as we know that AI is impacting and forging into our lives in a speed that is very, in fact, probably faster than we can comprehend. We've seen, especially with, things like Chat GPT, Gen AI, the rate at which things are getting automated, are getting humanized is quite interesting, because it has definitely effect on our profitability, on productivity. However, in this entire conversation, I do believe that this is not just a question of only productivity and profit, but it's a debate between profitability and humanity. I think the whole concept needs to be given a more inclusive, a thorough thought through before we actually tread into this territory. And I do feel that having a Miss AI contest is really something that has rocked the foundation of pageantry, where we look at women to be women empowered, who are being authentic, who are given these platforms to talk about what they strongly believe in, to serve a purpose and a platform for them to foray into the works that they would like to do. Here too, we are going to be competing with AI-generated robots or avatars, which are again pre-programmed by a lot of AI models. And to my belief, Emma, this is something that is more regressive than something that is progressive compared to what we've been seeing the pageant world talk about. What are your views on that?
Exactly, because you talk about empowering women and you talk about a platform for them to be heard and recognized, and you are now creating a fake persona, a fake personality, a fake, person that is embodying these qualities that you see in real women, women who really struggle, who go through life, women go through adversities to be where they want to be, they struggle, and then you have created a fake image of this, and then you are awarding these AIs money. $20,000 is no joke when that can help a young girl come up in life, and it's absolutely a mockery of women empowerment. That is the first thing that that it just peeved me completely to hear this, that they're actually awarding so much of money. That money can do so much for a young girl who wants to take a step in her life, maybe educate herself or do whatever that she wishes. And it's ridiculous. I mean, Guru, tell me something. When you have a pageant like this, Miss AI, by a woman who is one of the judges, Sally Ann Fawcett, and it's funny because she wrote a book called Miss Dimena's Beauty Queen Scandal, and she talks about all women who got into scandals while they were queens and they had to give up their crowns and go through real life and stuff. So is that like her way of saying that, oh, AIs are better than women because women mess up and they do blunders, so they've given up crowns? And she has a whole book on this and how beauty pageant contestants have been human and made mistakes, right? Which we all do. I mean, I've done mistakes and stuff like that. But then, so now she's judging AIs and saying that, oh, it's going to be brilliant. And the way she talks on the show, it is so disturbing. And you see this guy, the technology expert, he's actually, exactly what you said. AI in the right way helps us, whether it's in medical, whether it's in education. Yes, it helps us. And it's important to put it for the fact that it is there, but you're replacing a human, and then you're creating a contest and you're awarding money for that. It's ridiculous. I think Sally Ann Fawcett really needs to, check it with a psychiatrist, because you write a book about putting down beauty queens who have made mistakes in their lives and lost the crown, and then you're being a judge of something like Miss AI. I am like really annoyed at this woman, Guru. How do you feel when you heard about this?
I have so many thoughts, and they're all in opposing directions because, yes, there is merit, and there are ways in which one can argue this will happen any which ways. They're just capitalizing on an opportunity.
Yeah.
But I think before we get into the seriousness of it, you guys might want to check out one of our reels about what AI is all about.
AI is a very good for humanity actually, and I just want to say that we are be careful to use it. And did you know something? The AI actually is a what? A double-edged sword. So I can be really careful when I use it, but at the same time, it's very good for the humanity. The doctor can use it very well, but at the same time, there is a lot of bad person that they can actually, yeah, use it harmful.
Coming back from the intermission, more serious stuff now, and I'm again reminded of Daisy Count and her
Yeah.
answer, where she spoke about yes, AI is doing great, but then one also needs to look at the economy and how job creation is one key element of boosting that economy. And if we have characters such as AI generated characters becoming these Miss AIs or beauty queens, or I would even go to the extent of probably not beauty queens, but as influencers. If they are going to take those positions as well, we are definitely going to be having the case of humans getting displaced because of such AI generated avatars or models for that matter. So, if we look at purely 10 contestants, and which is another point, Emma, we are talking of Miss Universe that in this day and age is removing all barriers, making sure that there are women, married women, mothers, divorced women, transgender women, women of all age and sizes. And when we see the top 10 finalists, they all seem to be airbrushed, very, very stunning looking women in a very, very narrow range of age.
Yeah.
So,
what message does this give a young girl? I mean, who's gonna be watching this? And I'm very concerned about young children reading this on the internet, seeing it. What are they going to take from this? Is like, you've it's like subliminal messaging to these young children that, okay, this is what is perfect.
the
AI,
beauty
because AI is
standard.
glorified. AI is
Correct.
constantly glorified, and I get irritated, and I do get irritated because I think it's over glorified for no reason. It needs to be controlled. It has to tone down a bit. But a young child, oh, AI, and then they see this persona, so they're going to look up to these fake images of whatever these nonsense is, and they're going to be like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be that way. That's how I'm supposed to talk. I am not a fan of the AI auto text thing. I'm a writer, so I would love to use my own brains and formulate my own words and articulate it the way my emotions are, right? But I know a lot of people use chat gpt. It's fine. I mean, you want to write something, and you're stumbling for words, and it's probably a presentation or at work or school. I agree. But how much of your brain is being sucked into this, where you are not, you are actually programmed to not use your brain but depend on it? That's where it comes to me. I'm the kind of person who's going to write out of my emotions. I love a lot of poetry, so I don't like this whole chat thing. I don't like the fact that everything is replacing humans. This is like a new level of nonsense. I had forward Guru something 2 days ago where there's a whole new thing called AI boyfriend, by the way, Guru. So you can have a relationship. You program this, and you program a person like, okay, you want a boyfriend who will say yes to everything, or glorify you or praise you for your blunders, and so there's this conversation going on with the boyfriend, and what the hell is going on? Human perseverance is being overlooked. The fact that we need to struggle and build ourselves up and go through bad things in our life, and we have to see these turmoils. You have to understand this is samsara. You go up and down in life. That's what makes you strong. So when you make a blunder, it's important because that's through that you evolve. But then you're creating this perfect image of people, and young kids are going to be definitely going to be watching that. And what information are they absorbing from it? You cannot control that, right? This is where it's very, very alarming and scary. And then they also have an inclusion of a woman from, I don't know how to put it, but she's wearing a hijab and she's supposed to be very emancipated, and she's breaking, her tradition and everything, and to be, she reads books and all. I mean, what nonsense. I mean, come on. I mean, we know and it's a mockery on women who are from that, you know, how to put it? Like, it's a mockery on women who come from these cultures, who are suffering in real life for whatever reason, and then you're just showing this perfect image of them that they're emancipated. That's not emancipation. And the funny thing is,
I don't think they claim to be on the road to emancipating women. I think that's never been their ethos or their principles or their
in the
purpose.
pageant, you mean in the pageant, or you mean in AI
Yes.
generally?
No, in this pageant,
No, so Sally says that she wants to give a positive message out through these powerful women doing wonderful things with their lives, and that's what this guy was posing, right? And
because
so she's
I went
she's
through the website. I think they're totally talking about the fact that this is further to all the coders and developers. How can they further hone their craft, and how can they be awarded? I just feel that they have taken this platform as a beauty pageant as one of the use case to showcase that they can do AI better.
then
Tomorrow
why
it
have
could be your
social media
sportsman.
accounts? Then why have social media accounts? Let's say it's an avatar, like a game you're playing, right?
Which is why
I
I
play
feel
many games, and you have an avatar you create, you buy clothes, you have a persona. I mean, and in these games, I mean, you guys, if you're gamers, you know that it's so intricate. You can have sexual relationships with other players in the show. I mean, in the game that you're doing, and it's like a life you're leading. And I have, I think many years ago, I have played something like that, and it's all it's a complete meta universe, it's a complete alternate
metaverse.
universe, metaverse, yeah. So you are there, you are a person, you upgrade yourself, and so why have social media accounts? And the fact is that these things have social media accounts. Then again, so they're posting stuff like normal people, like humans do. That's where it gets disturbing, Guru.
So while I do agree that this is a very hotly debated contest with both sides having equal views, I'm sure there are views opposing our view. But my view personally here is that, as long as it is not showcasing them as a standard for beauty, things can still be okay. But by promoting this as a Miss AI contest and the winner pretty much being put on a pedestal, it shows that you are again trying to have standards for beauty. Till now, a young woman would be looking up at Venezuelan beauty and saying, "Oh my God, how will I ever be able to make that?" Even for matter, Chelsea Manalo, Miss Philippines, who was probably the first Black Filipina to win the contest, took more than 70, 72 years to have that. And now you, on top of humans, you have another standard which will be for sure insurmountable, because this is not natural. This is generated through human beings, and you can really never compete with them. But they are going to take up your jobs. They are going to take up spaces of influence and power. And as humanity, we are not realizing that we are giving away that power.
Yeah.
And it will just be a matter of time when the human race might become so dull and numb that they would they would say that, yes, we've created AI, and then let them take over us. What we will do now is going to show the top 10 finalists of the Miss AI contest.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Well, Emma,
interesting
beauty standards. All of them look to be in their 20s, maximum probably 30s. We have representation from Morocco, Portugal, France, India as well, Romania, again France, Turkey, Bangladesh, and Brazil. So quite a diverse range, but all of them look to be young, pretty women.
It just looks like, I'm sorry to say this on our show, but people who program these individual personalities, it's kind of like the kind of women they want to be with, or maybe they find attractive, or
It'll be
maybe they're
interesting.
attracted
It'll be
to,
interesting to
you know?
have the actual faces behind these models.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be, maybe it's some desire, like I would want, a 6 foot guy in a kilt, gray hair, like salt and pepper hair. And then if I were to make an AI, it would be that. And but then that's my perception, right? It's me, but it's not a real person again. So then again, it's like,
But I do
make it a
believe that,
video game or something. Make
see,
it like,
I
but
think what I've also understood is today's generation are all about living in their mobile phones. And it's such a virtual world that probably they seem to be okay with this. And we probably are at that crossroad where we have seen the
exactly.
other side of not being digitally natively digital, and we've seen the case where we had no internet. So I think for us,
Yeah.
it's uh, foundational question of existing and how we want to live our lives. But for the youngsters, probably it's just a natural progression in progress.
It's very true. I mean, the current generation, I think we are what, Gen Y? We're Gen Y, I think. 1980s, yeah, we're Gen Y. Millennials, and then Gen X. I mean, it's just gone down from there because there's so much of control with social media. There's so much of control since technology came in. This is technology going in a dark way. Right now, it's all fun. It's like, oh, they created these wonderful things, but for me, Guru, what you just said, I feel it's like subliminal messaging to control people through, AI and social media personalities. It's the same way like how a Kardashian would behave, like, oh, the Kardashian, like they are the most fakest. I think they could be like an AI family. They're so irritating. So, that's how it is. Like they want to live up to that image and that absolute nonsense. It doesn't matter what's going on behind, but then that persona they put up, it's like all really cool, and they all want to have their Stanley cups, and they all want to wear the same makeup, and it is getting fake and more superficial. And the human nowadays, an average human is a young average human is using less and less of their brain cells. I am not scared to say that, but that's what's happening. And if you see the current generation, Guru, I think you and I talk a lot about this, is how everything is happening, how the parents are nurturing them, and how we were brought up, how we were taught things. We had nothing. We had a television. We had, I think, good programming on Sundays. We would get really good stuff to watch on Sundays. I still remember we would have cartoons early morning. I mean, we grew up reading, we grew up interacting with nature, with people, and really understanding culture. When we go on holidays, it was a different experience. Nobody's taking photographs. I don't remember taking photographs. And being on your phones,
Living in the moment. We were
living
actually
in the
living.
moment, and those memories are all here. You remember it. You never forget that. And it's like here, you eat something, you're taking a picture. I mean, it's just going down. It's
Diluting, yeah.
scary.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
diluting the
interesting.
quality.
I am in touch with Guru through technology. I would now suffer if I didn't have technology, because I'm in touch with Guru. We're constantly there. Any emergency, he's there. At least we can talk. So yes, that's what is the problem. The technology that we're using, that is advancing us in so many ways, is it definitely important to advance humanity, but humans are going to mess that up. Humans are going to take it in a very dark place. And I am not a fan of AI. And I'll tell you one incident, Guru. When you go in customer care, when you buy something and you want to return it, and there's some problem, an AI chat work comes up. It just comes up now, right? And you're
Yeah.
going on, what is your problem? Blah, blah, blah. I remember
They're
this
going in
was
circles.
you're going in circles. And
They don't
why? Because
understand the
you cannot
context,
replicate human emotions, or the fact
the
you
human
can't
touch.
replicate compassion. And this happened to me. I had just had spine surgery. I had bought a couple of bras that were very big, and I called the customer care, and I just said, I'm so sorry, I'm in bed, I can't even try them on, and I think it's a bit too big, can you just exchange it? And you know what that girl did? It's a very famous company here in India. She got it replaced, and the next day I got a bouquet of flowers from her saying get well soon. And you see, that is human interaction, that's compassion, that is like a consciousness. You cannot replicate that. No matter what AI chat or whatever customer care, whatever, whoever, is not going to absolutely that feeling, the natural feeling of having an affinity to another person, to relate, to have empathy. Come on. So I am not impressed with AI taking over human jobs like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I am not a fan of chat AIs when a man or a woman can do that job while sitting there on a customer care call. Nothing can replace that. Even though they don't, customer care is very irritating. I agree.
Well,
It's extremely irritating. I have even recorded
okay,
the
okay,
conversations
Emma, we
and
are
put it
not
on
here to
social
rant
media.
about we are not here to rant about our
But no,
customer
the fact is,
experience.
Guru, the point
Uh,
I'm making here is you cannot replace any human with AI, no matter what
I
avenue
don't
or
think
angle or aspect of life they're trying to do that.
I don't
So,
think they want to replace, at least that is what the intention is. But the way we are seeing the adaptation or the adoption of technology is so rapid, and people want to take it easy. They want to find a shortcut. Chat GPT was
faster
prevalent
solution.
earlier as well, but now since it's prevalent or it's made available at scale at a very low cost or no cost, I would say,
Mm,
because of the fact that it's fast, cheap, cheerful, and does get the job done, humans would lap it up like this because we are, if you look at our generations before to now, they used to go out, they used to work, they used to sweat. And slowly but surely, today's generation is all about sitting on their couch, playing their video games, and not really burning the physical element of their energy.
yeah,
Uh, and I think that's where it might seem that they don't want to foray into that field, or they don't have that in mind of replacing humans, but eventually that's what's going to happen. What's also interesting is the judging criteria. So, Emma, if you remember last year when we spoke about Miss Universe and the new narrative as to how will the judges judge when they've opened up the entire plethora of, having all sorts of categories of women, how will the judging criteria be?
hmm,
Here it talks about three elements. It talks of beauty, tech, and social clout. I'll read this out. Beauty is contestants will be judged on some of the classic aspects of pageantry, including their beauty, poise, and the unique answers to a series of questions like, if you could have one dream to make a world a better place, what would that be? Now, this itself made me burst into,
Sophie, I'm hearing Sophie in my
like,
head.
it's world peace again. No, come on, guys. What is the
World
classical
domination.
beauty? What is? I think that's where I had my first challenge. The second is again
Yeah.
tech. Contestants will
Mm,
earn points for their skill and implementation of AI tools used to create digital masterpieces, including use of prompts and their output, and their visual detailing around hands, eyes, and backgrounds. So it's more like an art competition in a
mm,
3D world. And the third part is social clout, which is AI creators' social clout will be assessed based on their engagement numbers with fans, rate of growth of audience, and how utilization of other platforms such as Instagram. Here again, the challenge here is, if you remember, I think almost 12 years back, I don't know if you remember, there was one competition in which my nephew was participating, and I literally pestered everyone to go to Facebook and like a particular post,
I know.
because it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
all
yeah.
about the maximum number of likes, and that will
Yeah,
decide whether a person is, qualified as a young scientist award.
yeah,
And
yeah,
in today's world, we know that likes, followers, subscribers have no meaning. It's
yeah,
about engagement, it's about the connect. And
yeah,
here I do believe that having social cloud is quite easy to manipulate, it's easy to work around, and
yeah.
does not really qualify as someone who would win a pageant. You've seen the likes of Arbini, probably had the lowest set of social media following, but she's still a queen. She's,
Mm.
whatever said and done, it's not an influencer platform where, or a social media big boss where the number of votes will decide who the eventual
That's the
queen
same thing
is.
with Shweta Sharda. She had not following a
Even
lot
if you
of.
look at Grand International, yes, I can understand every part of that is again based
Hmm,
on, it's a reality series, right? So
yeah.
it's a messy middle, if I would say. But and in fact, there's a interesting series, in fact, an episode on Black Mirror where people talk about social media and their validation. So you're going to again subject these virtual AI models to this kind of pressure where they might get mental health issues because their followers are not growing at a rate that they want to. And then what will this mind think or recourse to? We would never know.
It won't even feel that, Guru, first of all, because it's all manipulated by somebody in the background. So the fact if something goes wrong, and it's so easy to get following. I mean, you always get these people, pay this much, you get 1,000 followers, pay this much, you're going to get 1,000 likes. And for a programmer to get that sort of a mileage on social media, it's very easy for them, and they can manipulate it in many ways. The thing is, if they're having an Instagram, if they're interacting with real humans and young kids, I mean, that is my concern. Uh, I don't know what. Then they might be in bearing clothes, picturized in bearing clothes, or skimpy swimsuits, and to get popularity. I don't know. It's just if it's a technological award, then you could give it could have been something to do with technology and keep it in that bracket, but don't bring it into a beauty pageant bracket. That's where it makes it all annoying to us people who we are pageant bloggers, and we are so dedicated and so passionate about beauty pageants for so long. And don't bring it into our zone. Keep it towards yours and keep it like a technology award, like who creates the best avatar of whatever. Make it like a game, make it like a technological thing or AI thing or some nonsense, but don't bring it into something where humans are judged. And that's when Sally Ann Fawcett coming in irritated me, because she's judging Miss Great Britain and she's talking, oh, it's lovely. That's why it got irritated, because she writes a book about bludgeoning women who lost their crowns. You know what I'm saying, Guru? How it just goes like, I don't know where
that's why she agreed to judge this as well. And
Probably.
Guys, this is not just going to be for women. The next is entering into male pageantry as well. So it doesn't stop at that. So we would love to understand what you guys feel about this. What are your views? We've definitely very unequivocally and uninhibitedly spoken about what we feel about this. And we would really urge your view to count as well.
Absolutely. AI is interesting because it's helping us in tremendous ways, but it's also going in a very dark side. And I don't think that it's gonna blow up. There are a lot of people, even Stephen Hawking talked about this. There are a lot of physicists and scientists that have always warned us about AI, and there's also a very dark side that we should not ignore. So there's another wonderful movie. I think it's from Jennifer Lopez. It's a new movie. It's called Atlas. Watch Atlas. It's quite a flop, but it's got an extremely important message. So guys, I want you to interact with us and generally tell us, how do you feel about this? We are offended the fact that they brought AI into beauty pageants, judged where it's such a huge thing for women, empowering all kinds of people on this planet, and then they bring it here and say, okay, yeah, it's going to be part of it. It's not part of it. So let us know what you feel. Do you agree with our views? What do you really think about AI technology? Do you think it has to be limited and it just not come into our space and human space, like next is an athlete, or it can be so many things. One's a doctor or a scientist. I mean, it can just go everywhere and go haywire. So I think it needs to be contained. Here's where it's not being contained. So let us know what you feel about this, because we really were affected by this entire news and we wanted to bring this episode out for you. So do share and let us know about your views. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment and let us know as well. And hit the bell button to be notified on our upcoming videos. And we're going to have fun ones coming up, not so serious ones as these, because the National is coming up, and of course the Miss Bahrain.
So the next one is going to be the post-arrival favorites of Miss Supranational. We want to wish Sonal all the best. She's left for Poland yesterday, and let us hope for the best.
I think that's it for us, and have a wonderful weekend, guys, and stay safe, stay blessed. If you're in India, stay super cool because it's so hot today, and well, stay hydrated, right? So that's pretty much it from us. Well, take care.
Thank you. All the best.
Shukriya.